welcome to our ribbon cutting on the Southside Community Center. It's a long time coming, and we are so happy. It's a beautiful day. It's not raining, and happy the children are able to come and see this new facility that they'll be playing and learning in. We have some guests here who want to say a few words to you all this morning. And so I want to introduce our councilperson from the district, Councilman Jones. He is out there working hard, knocking on doors, and trying to get you the resources that you need out in the community to do the things that you need to do. And so I'm going to bring him up, and he's going to say a few words, and he's going to introduce the mayor.
Deborah Wharton, thank you. Can we just applaud just the beauty of this day, just real quick? It's just a beautiful day in the 9th District. I want to take just a brief opportunity to acknowledge our colleagues, my colleagues on City Council that are here. I know a couple of them are sick, but we have some that are here. Kristen Larson from the 4th District. Let's give her a hand. I saw Rick. He is the liaison for Reva Trammell, our friend right on the south side in the 8th District. Thank her for being here. And we definitely want to thank everyone that is here. Mother Teresa said that I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone across the waters and create many ripples. This community center alone cannot change the city of Richmond. But what it can do is cast a stone across the city, across the south side, across this community to create positive ripples of lasting change in the lives of our residents. We must recognize the effort of former Councilwoman Michelle Mosby, who worked tirelessly to secure the funding and lay the vision for this community center in the heart of our 9th District. And if we could ask Michelle to stand and just recognize her. When I told Ms. Mosby I was considering running for her seat, she asked would I pick up the baton and advance it or simply do and put in my own agenda. For too long we talked about the 9th District has had very little continuity on City Council, where the 8th and 3rd and 4th District had the type of representation that lasted years. We always had this turnover in the 9th District. So she was concerned about whether or not it would just be a new agenda with a new council person. And the thing I promised to do and committed to do was to ensure that the projects that she had down would live long past her tenure on City Council. And that's what we've done today. We're here to cut the ribbon. We're here to celebrate what we've done. What we have done is not by any one individual, but it is a collection of effort between the community, between both sides of the government to ensure that we have what we need on the south side. That's why I secured in my first budgeting process the funding for Parks and Recs to add one full-time employee additional to make sure that we're able to do programming, continuous programming for all people as well. Yes, indeed. It's when we stayed up until 5 o'clock in the morning trying to figure out how to move pennies around. Additionally, we were able to secure $1.5 million in the FY18 CIP budget for design and initial construction for the next phase. And so this is not the end. This is just simply a beginning. But understand, I could not have done that without the support of my city council colleagues. Yes, it takes 5 votes, but 8 smiles are a lot better than 5 votes. And so I'm thankful that we had the support, from my colleagues on city council, but it doesn't stop there. One of the things that we've been talking about, campaigning about, we've heard come from the mayor's desk, from city council chambers, is that we want one Richmond. And so this is not happening because of just council alone. This isn't happening simply because of the community outcry, nor is it simply happening because of what the mayor is saying. It's because we are one working together. And I just want to thank, even right now, Mayor LeVar Stoney. He supports the Southside. And it was in a meeting, and I want to say this, it was in a meeting that we just had in passing as we talked about the vision for the Southside and could we secure the funds to do what we're doing and what we're going to do in the future. And I appreciate his approach. He didn't ask for special consideration on any other vote. He didn't ask for anything on the back end. He just simply said, Councilman, you're here to do a job, and I'm here to support you in that job. So, Mayor LeVar Stoney, I want to thank you for your commitment to ensure that we're able to do what we're able to do as council people. This community center should be the center of the community, a place where parents can walk, kids can run, and babies can crawl, a safe place, a clean place, a place of hope. We have the opportunity to provide wraparound services to help build broken lives, whether it's through Health and Human Services, whether it's through the Office of Community Wealth Building. We can bring these wraparound services right here in our backyard and truly make this community center the center of this community. Starting in September, we'll move all of our 9th District meetings right here on these grounds. We'll hold a back-to-school rally on the 24th of this month, and our goal is to give away over 500 backpacks to kids in this community. We welcome kids from other districts because we're still one city. We welcome kids from the surrounding counties, but I want to ensure that as councilman of the 9th District, that our beautiful children that live right across the street, our beautiful children that walk here, can have the tools that they need as they go back to school in September. I want to thank Mr. Earl Hughes and his group of volunteers and coaches. Coach, where are you? There he is. Just wave. Mr. Hughes, he works for Parks and Recs, but honestly, he's on loan from the city of Richmond. He's on loan from the Southside, and he does a great job in ensuring that all of the coaches and all of the volunteers make sure these kids are taken care of. I want to thank each and every one of them who have fed, coached, encouraged, instilled character to hundreds of children weekly right here in the center of this community. I want to thank Deborah Morton, Interim Director of Parks and Recs. I want to thank the families of the 9th District for entrusting their children to us. And please remember the words of Frederick Douglass, who said, "It is easier to build strong children than to repair broken adults." And that's what this community center is all about. I wish to introduce formally our mayor. He is no stranger to this area. Oh, and let me do this as well. Miss Linda Owens, she is our school board rep. She's on the back row. I didn't see it. She is doing a wonderful job in representing the 9th District. And I don't want to take this time away from anything else, but I would be remiss to say that that hole that's on Hall Street now, where Elkhart Middle School once stood, we can't have a hole on a major corridor in this city. We need a school there. Do we need funding? Yes, we do. We need funding. We need the resources. We have to find on city council some way to have dedicated funding for our schools so they know what they're working with as they go in. But I need city council to understand that we don't want a hole on Hall Street Road. We have a Hall Street revitalization project that we're doing, that we've secured funding for, and it doesn't make sense to clean up one part of it and to leave this gaping hole. So, Linda, I need you working your stuff. Need you working your stuff, sister, on school board, and honestly sharing the story, because again, that's what I love and appreciate about my colleagues on city council. We're not in there politicking one with another. We're simply sharing what we need. We're touring each other's districts. We're spending time with each other to ensure that what we need gets done. And so we'd love to have that. So Linda, again, with the introduction comes a little bit of a burden as well. So keep doing the work that you're doing. But again, I want to introduce formally Mayor LeVar Stoney, who is a strong supporter of the 9th District, a mayor who's committed to ensuring that the resources and opportunities are handed out fairly and equitably in all of Richmond. He's doing a wonderful job. Have there been hiccups for city council? Sure has. Have there been hiccups for our mayor? Of course. Groucho Marx once said, I would never belong to a club that would allow me to be a member. There are no perfect people nor perfect politicians. But understand this, when I go in, I see him there. When I leave him there. So he is working overtime. I thought I had a busy schedule, but this young man is doing a wonderful job representing you as mayor. He's representing his community, people that look like him, people that come from some of the same backgrounds that he came from. And so I'm just glad that I spoke before LeVar Stoney and not after LeVar Stoney, simply because I believe he is a wonderful orator. I believe that he is a wonderful leader, and I know that he is committed to the citizens of the 9th District. Can we just give a rousing hand of applause and warm 9th District welcome to our Mayor LeVar Stoney?
Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Oh, y'all can do better than that. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Well, you know, it's a beautiful day once again in the city of Richmond. It's a beautiful day here for Southside as well. Pastor Jones, I want to say thank you so much. You were up here doing your thing, as always, but thank you for those opening remarks and that introduction. 20 years. 20 years. This, after we cut the ribbon here today, will be the first major acquisition by Parks and Recreation in 20 years. I want that to sit with you once again. 20 years. You heard Councilman Jones talk about our school facilities. What goes unnoticed sometimes is our facilities, our community center facilities as well. Let's think about this. It should not take another 20 years for us to build monuments like this to our children. You know, I was talking to an individual the other day, and they wanted to know why do you get into this line of work, public service. And you know, I frankly told them, I don't get in this sort of work because of you, a 35 or 45 or 50-year-old. I get into this work for these little ones right here. Right? What sort of city will they inherit 10, 20, 30 years from now? Everything we do now in the present will have an impact in the future. So either we can stand by idly and not do a thing, not work together, or we can roll up our sleeves, take our bumps and our bruises, and build opportunities like this. So this would not happen today without the work of former council president Michelle Mosby and her successor and Michael Jones. Give them a round of applause. As you all know, it's not easy to find the dollar sometimes. But you know what? With a lot of hard work, with a lot of focus and intentionality, you can do stuff just like this. So back in 2014, the city purchased this for $1.7 million. Money well spent. In the first phase that started in 2015, or completed in 2015, we used $940,000 to complete that phase. And then phase 2 will be $1.4 million. Not small change, but we know it will make an impact. With that, we're going to get new indoor basketball courts, new outdoor basketball courts for our children. We're going to create a place where children can be children again, right? Yes. We're not building detention centers. Yes. We're building community centers. With that will come more football and soccer and cheerleading and basketball, summer camp opportunities, after school programs, and also we know we don't want to leave out our adults as well. Adult programming will happen here as well. This will be a center for the entire community, all of the community, right? We don't want to, in City Hall, when I talk about One Richmond, simple, we don't want to leave anyone out, right? As Richmond ascends to its rightful place, and not only leading the New South, but leading the whole entire country of cities of this size, we got to think about who we include in that future. It should not just be one kind or one person's background over another. It needs to include all of us. And the only way you demonstrate that is when you do big things like this. Show our future, show our children that they can achieve anything they put their minds to. And we can do that within these four walls. So I would rather stand up here and talk all day, but we got a ribbon to cut, ladies and gentlemen. We got a ribbon to cut once again in the city of Richmond. And when we are cutting ribbons, to projects like this for our children, then we are heading in the right direction. Yes. We're going to make progress every single day, y'all. We may stumble along the way, but hang with us. Hang with the school board. Hang with the city council. Hang with me as your mayor as we go towards a brighter future for all of our children, for everyone, inclusive of all kinds, no matter where they may be from, no matter how much money might be in their bank accounts, an inclusive future that involves all of us. Thank you so much, and God bless the city of Richmond.
Yes. So before we cut the ribbon, I would be remiss if I did not thank a few more people for making this possible. And so I want to thank Dexter Gordon, who is with the city. He's our capital projects manager on this. Dexter, where are you? He's in the back. I also want to thank our architect, Worley and Associates, Ron Worley and Jennifer Weatherford. Thank you very much, working with the staff. I want to thank Haley Builders, David Johnson, Mitchell Taylor. They're here somewhere also. Mitch might be inside finishing up. I also want to thank Dr. Norman Merrifield. He's supposed to be here. He's here, right here. Oh, okay. Dr. Merrifield, walking slow with his bad knees. Thank you. And I also want to thank Debbie Jackson for her support. She's only been with us a short period of time, but she's been very supportive of the staff. And last but not least, my staff, Parks, Recreation, and Community Facilities. Thank you all. They've done a yeoman's job in cleaning up the area and making it look nice, planting flowers, and doing what they do best to make sure our facilities look presentable for the staff, for the residents to come to. And so with that in mind, let's cut the ribbon. Yay! And I'm gonna ask Earl, you have some kids that's gonna help us cut the ribbon. And Michelle.
There you go.
All right, who's gonna count?
I'll count.
Okay. All right.
Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.